Namaste. I want to share a story with you today. Just a simple story. Nothing dramatic or mystical in any way. Just a reminder to people who are searching so hard for enlightenment, searching for deeper and mystical spiritual experiences. A simple story, something I heard from my teacher, and also in different forms along my journey. And for some reason, this story stayed with me. Because as simple as it sounds, it had resonated with me and made me realize that spiritual awakening can happen in the most ordinary way. Before I tell you the story, let me say something honestly. Spiritual awakening doesn't always happen when you're searching. In fact, many times it happens when you're tired of searching. When you're tired enough, read enough, thought enough, tried enough, and something in you just slows down. Sometimes it's just your karma ripening. And when your karma ripens, it doesn't warn you in advance, or it doesn't ask your permission. And it can happen anywhere. It can happen in any moment. So, this young man, he wasn't outwardly struggling. From the outside, life looked fine. He was functioning, doing what he's supposed to do, and somewhat happy. But inside, there was something else going on. A kind of restlessness. And it was constant. Questions that wouldn't leave him alone. He would think, what is the point of all of this? My life? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do with my life? And he started questioning. And it was not in a casual way. You know how sometimes you think about these things and just move on? No. For him, this was different. This was a kind of questioning that stayed with him while he was working, while he was talking to people, while he was trying to enjoy something. It's just there, constant. So he did what most people do. He started searching. He read books, listened to talks, tried to understand. And every now and then, after reading a book or watching a satsang, a talk, he would feel like, okay, I get it. For a few hours, or maybe a day, there was some clarity. But then, the same emptiness would come back. Same questions. Not convinced. Same feeling. And after a while, he got tired. mentally tired, emotionally tired, just tired of trying to figure it all out. One day, without much thought, this young man just went for a walk. He had no plans, no destination, just walked. And he ended up in a quiet, wooded area. He had no phones, so no distractions, just walking. At first, nothing changed. The mind was still active. He had the same thoughts, same loops, same questions. But as he kept walking, something started slowing down without even trying. Just because there was nothing to engage with, no one to talk to, nothing to solve, nothing to react. And after some time, he saw a small rock, just a boulder that he could sit on. And he sat down. Now, he wasn't planning to meditate or not to do anything spiritual. He wasn't planning on that. Just sat. At first, the thoughts continued. It's the same questions, same patterns. But this time, something was different. He didn't try to answer them. He didn't try to answer these questions that was coming through. Didn't try to fix anything. Honestly, he was just too tired to continue the inner conversation. So he just sat there and watched the trees. A thought would come, and instead of following it, he would just pass the thought. Another thought, and it passed. And slowly, very slowly, the gaps between thoughts started increasing without any effort, not trying to do any techniques, and with no intention, just sitting on a random rock in the middle of nowhere. And then something shifted. Nothing dramatic, no big moment, just a subtle shift. For a brief moment, there were no questions, no search, no what next, no what's my purpose, nothing. Just being. He was still there. The body was there. The trees were there. Sounds were there. But that usual feeling of, I am thinking about my life, was gone. There were just awareness. Simple, clear, uncomplicated. And in that moment, something became very clear. A direct feeling, a a separation from his own body, and feeling that he was everywhere, one with everything. The trees, the rocks, the ground. He could feel his stillness. He could feel the stillness in everything. He sat there for some time. Didn't know how long. And slowly, thoughts came back. Identity came back. A sense of me came back. But something had changed. Something happened. And he thought to himself, all this time, I was trying to understand life through thinking hard. And thinking was the very thing that created confusion. The moment he stopped engaging, the confusion wasn't solved. It just disappeared. The questions were still there, but they didn't feel as heavy as before, because now he knew something. There is a space beyond them, and that space is always there. And this is what I want you to understand. Awakening is not always a big event. It doesn't always come after years and years of effort. Sometimes it comes when you stop. It comes when the search relaxes, when the mind gets tired of chasing itself. And something deeper just reveals itself. Maybe it's grace. Maybe it's your karma ripening. But it doesn't come from force. So if you're someone right now trying to figure out everything, trying to find meaning, trying to get clarity, maybe just for a moment, stop. Just for a moment. Sit somewhere quietly and don't try to solve your life. Just watch. Because what you're searching for may not be in the next thought or the next question, but in the space where thought is not. And once you taste that, even for a few seconds, you realize something very special, very simple. The real shift is not to search harder, but to pause, to sit, and to notice. Notice what is already here. What you're looking for is not in the next answer or the next thought. It's in the silence between the thoughts. Namaste.